What is up, YouTube? It's Rules for Rebels here, and in today's video we're going to be talking about private labeling and what makes a good product for Amazon FBA. So if you guys watch my channel on a regular basis, you know probably about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I did a very similar video to this one, and I basically had kind of, I believe I called it the quick and dirty checklist to whether a product is a good fit for private labeling and or Amazon FBA. And I listed a lot of the factors that I look for in a product, but I didn't really have any type of scoring chart. You know, I kind of left it as it's great if your product can have a few of these features. I don't think you're ever going to have a product that has every one of these features. And I'll try to link to that video in the description box below if you guys are interested in watching that one. But I got an email from Jungle Scout today. Not only did they have a checklist of elements that they look for in private label products, but they also included kind of a scoring sheet. So if a product scores 75 plus points, it's a green light. If a product scores 60 to 74, it's challenging but doable. If it's 50 to 59, it's don't touch it. And if it's 0 to 49, it is leave it in the jungle. So for those of you guys who don't know about Jungle Scout is an Amazon analytics program, very similar to Unicorn Smasher, which again I've talked about in other videos. I'll try to link to that video as well. Unicorn Smasher is basically a free version of Jungle Scout. It's a little bit less accurate. It doesn't have quite as many features as the Jungle Scout browser add-on. And in terms of Jungle Scout, there's two different features. You can do the browser add-on, and then I also have a web app, which is a bit more like Terapeak and has more product research tools and things like that. But without further ado, let's kind of get into this. So I'll also link to this checklist in the description box below. So if any of you guys want to print this out and use it for selecting your own products, you can do that as well. So here we go. High priority criteria, and these ones are worth 12 points. Does a product sell between $20 and $50? That's 12 points. Now, I've talked about this before, but the reason for that $20 to $50 point is because Amazon FBA fees can be pretty steep. And if you're selling really cheap products, your FBA fee is going to eat away at all the profits. So people say the sweet spot for FBA products is $20 to $50. I've also heard it said that the sweet spot is $15 to $30, but $20 to $50 is kind of a good mark. So that's 12 points. Does it fit in a shoebox and under 5 pounds? That's worth 12 points. Again, that's because of Amazon FBA fees. I think I talked to you guys about, I had a product that was probably about, I don't know, 6 inches by 3 inches by 2 inches and weighed 2 pounds. And my FBA fee on that was $33. It may have been because it had a lithium ion battery in it, and it's, you know, a hazardous thing to send. But nonetheless, FBA fees can get expensive, which is why the sizing and the weight matters. Demand are roughly 3,000 units sold per month for top 10 relevant sellers. And the reason for that, you want to make sure that the product's actually selling. And I'm not going to be using Jungle Scout here. I'm actually going to be using Unicorn Smasher just because I got it up by my browser, but I'll show you what we mean by that. So we may say, I don't know, what should we look up? We'll look up watermelon slicer. I'm not feeling very creative today. And then we would hit, after it starts clocking, we'll hit that, we'll analyze. And this is Unicorn Smasher. This is basically like a free version of Jungle Scout. It's not quite as good. But as you can see here, estimated sales, 2,500 units, 2,400 units. So altogether, this product does over 3,000 units or whatever the amount on the checklist was there. Market depth. Does the 10th ranked seller have at least 300 sales per month? So again, 10th ranked seller has 139 sales, and they're looking for the 10th ranked seller to have 300 sales, so it falls a little bit short there, so we wouldn't give it 12 points for that one. Competition. Are there sellers in the top 5 results with less than 50 to 100 reviews and or a poor quality listing? So what we're looking for here is, again, I'll go back here, let's look at the review count. So yeah, there's a couple sellers in the top 3 who have under 50 or close, 60. I would still consider under 50. That's close enough. So there are sellers in the top 5 with less than 50 to 100 reviews. And if we actually look at their listings, let's look at this premium watermelon slicer. This person, I would say, has a quality listing. See, they have a lot of pictures. They have high quality pictures. They have a good title. They have good bullet points. Let's look at their description. Fairly good description. Their product's ranking pretty good. But if we go back here, let's look at some of the others. Safer watermelon slice. Let's take a look at this one. I don't think that's a high quality picture. They do have the maximum amount of pictures, though. That's good. They got a decent number of reviews. pretty good description. So what we're looking for here is people who only have like one picture, people who have very poor written out bullet points, people who have little to no description, etc. And as you can see, this person has a good one. So the reason we're looking for listings which are poorly put together is because the quality of your pictures, how many pictures you have, the quality of your title and SEO relevancy of the title, the bullet points, that kind of in some part determines how you rank. So if somebody has a poor listing, you could come in and put together a better quality listing and potentially outrank them. So that's the reason for that category there. Product features, is it a simple product, not easily breakable? Things do break in the Amazon warehouse. The more complicated your product is, the more potential defects you'll have from the factory. The more likely it is for an item to be damaged during shipping, the more stuff there is to go wrong with a product. So, I mean, something like a bottle opener, you know, that's steel, you can't really break that. However, if we're talking about some type of phone mount that has delicate pieces of plastic or something like that, that could be easily broken. So you get 12 points if it's a simple, not a lot of moving parts, etc. picture, or picture product. Okay, so secondary criteria, these ones are worth 6 points apiece. Sourceable from a factory. Can you find this product after a brief search on Alibaba or AliExpress? Now, this is kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's good in that it's going to be easy for you to source a product. However, at the same time, one thing that I notice is the easier a product is to source, the more competition there's going to be for that product. So, you know, if you search paracord bracelet or watermelon slice or whatever else, it's super easy to find on Alibaba, AliExpress, DHgate. A lot of Amazon sellers are actually using the same exact pictures that the factory provides, which I personally think is a bad idea because it makes it that much easier for competitors to find the same source as you. So this is a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it makes it easier for you to source, but keep in mind, the easier a product is to source, the more competition you're going to have as well. But nonetheless, they give 6 points to this. Is there room for improvement? Are there features that you can add to differentiate and improve upon the product? So let's say there's a phone, a cell phone mount for a car window. And let's say that, actually this is a perfect example because I actually bought one a while back. And one of the problems with it was there's kind of a piece of rubber that grips a phone, and it wound up falling off of my, falling off of the mount after probably like 3 days of use. And when it's just raw plastic there and not like a foam piece, it doesn't stick as well. So that's something that product could be improved upon. And instead of using a piece of foam, which can easily kind of flake off, maybe use a piece of rubber instead. So that's kind of an example of a way that you could improve a product. And if there is room for improvement or a way to differentiate your product, and it can be something really simple. Another popular product on Amazon is Cree flashlights. And I've given the same example before in the past. So we got Cree flashlights here. There's all different types of models, but you can see how that one has an orange button on it. I've actually seen people who have put like a neon green or neon pink button on the flashlight instead of an orange one. Now, at the end of the day, is that really differentiating the product in a drastic way? No. Okay, here's one with a green backing. You see there? As silly as it sounds, doing something stupid like that to differentiate your product, A, it keeps other people with the orange button flashlights from going on your listing because it's not the same. And B, you know, maybe somebody just likes the look of a green one better. But some of these things that you can do to differentiate your product are really, really simple things. No big brands. You don't want to compete against a big recognizable brand. 6 points. Now, there are, you know, if you're selling headbands, obviously Nike makes headbands, Under Armour makes headbands. It's not necessarily that you shouldn't sell because there's big brands in almost every category, but it is a plus if you find a category that big brands aren't selling in. Seasonality. Does Google Trends search for the keyword show lots of spikes or consistent demand throughout the year? And let me show you guys Google Trends. Google Trends. Okay, so let's see. I don't even know if it'll pull up watermelon slicer, but let's see. Watermelon slicer. So you can see there was a big spike. So these things were fairly popular August of 2015. They've really spiked as of late, and I think you're going to see them start to tank. So this might not be a good product to go into. Another good example of this is hoverboard scooters. This one's pretty amazing to watch the trends on. So nothing, huge spike, and then just totally disappears and continues to trend off. I'm trying to think of something that wouldn't have a spike. Tactical bag. So see, this would be a better category because over the years it's continued to grow in popularity. I know we're on a bit of a decline here, but overall it's trending upward. So tactical bag would be a good product. Seasonal stuff, personally, some people make good money off seasonal stuff, Christmas stuff, Halloween stuff, or items that are popular in the summer, barbecue type stuff, etc. But in general, wouldn't you rather have a product that sells well throughout the entire year than have a product that just sells well for a month out of the year or 3 months out of the year? And lastly, nice to have, this is only worth 4 points, one product or a brand. Can you expand several related products based around this product? So, for example, if you sell a tactical backpack, you could have a tactical water bottle that goes along with it. You could have a tactical pen that goes along with it. You could have maybe a water filter. You could have, a lot of these bags have what they call mole or male clips, and it's basically a, vinyl's the wrong, basically it's like a flap on there that you can attach other things to. A good example of this would be a Maxpedition tactical bag. Let me show you guys just a quick example here. And Maxpedition is a big brand, but Maxpedition. So as you can see here, Maxpedition makes backpacks like this, but they also make little pocket organizers, various types of packs, keychains. Again, another pocket organizer, a micro organizer. So they make these in different sizes, and they have clips and or Velcro that can snap onto, tactical bags and things like that. So yeah, that's basically the list there. Again, I've talked about Jungle Scout before. If any of you guys want to sign up for Jungle Scout, I believe they just started offering a free 7-day trial similar to TerraPeak. I'll link to a couple things in the description box below this video. I'll link to my video on Jungle Scout. I'll link to my video on Unicorn Smasher. I'll link to this page if any of you guys want to print off this checklist for reference. And lastly, I will link to where you can sign up for Jungle Scout as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If so, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, click that subscribe button to the bottom left of the video. Any questions, comments, leave in the comment section below. And stay tuned, guys. I got a ton of video. I've been slacking a bit on the videos, but I got a ton of content coming out over the next week or two here. So stay tuned, and we'll catch you on the next video.